Going on? How y'all doing? This video gonna be about Chauncey Billups, NBA coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, saying that the NBA is light years ahead of the NFL with hiring practice. Um, a lot of him is right, but quite a bit of him is wrong. Let me explain. They've never had a black commissioner in the NBA, and they did form the ABA as a counter against the NBA back in the day because the creativity and what they wanted to do. You know, Also, the NBA had imagery problems. The running story was they were scared they had too many black players. That's why David Stern, a lawyer, got hired to run the NBA. And after Larry Bryan, he comes along to say, can we sell a black person as a superstar? Because they had to do the Buddy Buddy Cop movie with Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, two of the greatest players ever. However, Michael Jordan benefited from that. But the imagery situation and how they tailored and suited and got everything booted a certain way. Also, the age restrictions, you got to be 19, 18 to join the military, but you got to wait till you're 19. You got to play a year of college, because that is the plantation for the NBA. The NC College ain't nothing but a hustle and a sham. So Adam Silver has pimped that. And let's not forget Donald Sterling, who was running things up until 7, 8 years ago, and then $2.5 billion, and then the whole thing about his racist bigot remarks that were on the phone, which could be legal or illegal, but they want him up out of there. But the bottom line is, look at all the money spent to get him up out of there, and how much he profit off of the situation. So don't say it's not a good old boys club. They only have one black owner, and that's Michael Jordan. And he happens to be the logo. And think about it. You got to be Michael Jordan's status and finances to run an NBA team. They can put anybody they want to run on an organization through a committee. And I'm talking about a real committee. I'm not talking about like a parch, what I call a half a stamp lick like Shaq with Sacramento or Usher with Cleveland or Jay-Z with the Brooklyn. I'm talking about Magic with the still small stake in the Lakers. I'm talking about some real ownership, not the token that will attach your name, like this. And see, that's the problem. You got to have black ownership in these things. So, yeah, they hire more than 14 out of 30 head coaches. I'll give you that, and a couple of general managers. But the ownership aspect, the game still doesn't feel black authentic. Now, what I mean is, you need to see more progression for all the players. You got it still feels like a plantation. The audiences, you need to see more black faces, predominantly white. The ticket price is the whole thing. So corporate that you get condensed and they make it seem like that. Yeah, anything aside from hockey and Major League Baseball is better than the NFL. But the NFL is the golden ticket as far as people's viewing habits. Let's be realistic. Football still is the top dog of major sports. You know, you sell other things, but the prize is NFL. So I do get what he was coming from in part. But then when I bring up head coaching, which he is now, well, Pat Riley and Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich, well, especially Phil Jackson by himself got more rings than all the black coaches combined who won NBA titles as head coach. One man got 11. I was thinking about Casey Jones with his two with Boston, Tyronn Lue with his one with Cleveland, Al Atlas with Golden State with his one. Um, Lenny Wilkins, all-time winners coach, his one with Seattle. I'm thinking, so how progressive are you? When you say stuff like that and you think about the context and the history, and Bill Russell did get his one. But think about it. One white dude got more rings by himself as a head coach than all the black head coaches who've been there combined. And if I'm not mistaken, he probably got more rings if you told in his appearances, winning and losing, because Phil was 11-2 in the finals. That's more combined than us. So you got a ways to go. Don't act like it's just you done. You're more one way of this, but you can't really talk about it when you got your own shortcomings, because all these leagues can do a better job, and it starts with ownership and general managers. Obviously head coaching, but it starts with not just having a plantation feel, but having a call what's going on. You see, because right, it still looks like a plantation the way they do it. Well, anyway, that's my thoughts and takes about Chauncey Billups saying the NBA is like years ahead of the NFL, and he's right. I'd say about 65 to 70%, but there's that 25 to 30 that They got work to do. And I'm not all honky dory about what I seen with that either. But anyway, give me your thoughts, your takes. Visit like that, subscribe, or welcome comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for one another, and all them leagues need to be held accountable because it's still too much whitewash and agenda that does not sprinkle in where it counts the most. I'm out.